Hi, welcome. This is one I've just made a start on. It's the Revell, the British S.E.5a, World War One, as you can tell. It's quite a bit of cockpit detail in it, and most of it you can't see, such as the rudder pedals all painted. Before I show more, I'll just show a few other World War Ones that I have completed. This one was the Revell, swapped with F1 Camel. Similar to the one I'm building, apart from the cockpit detail, there was really nothing in it. The other one was still the Revell, the German, the Albatross. This was quite a nice kit. I really enjoyed, especially the painting and the markings on it. It had a little bit more cockpit detail. The actual seat belts, they were Decals. I did make a mistake with the decal here because I thought the decal was black and white, but it was black and clear, so I had to repaint the white. And the same underneath. But it was quite a nice kit to make. The other one was again Revell, Fokker DR1. It was a nice little kit to make. Again, cockpit detail really non-existent. There's a few of the biplanes, or this is a triplane from World War One. I did have some trouble with this, and it was lining all the wings up to get them looking quite good. Now back to the one I am doing now, the British S.E.5a. Well, back to the British S.E.5a, and as I said about the cockpit, there's quite a bit of detail in there. As I say, the rudder pedals, you can't even see them, but they're all painted up. For playing this type, the engine's fairly detailed, although when the cover goes on, you actually won't see much of it. See a bit of the cylinder heads at the side, but the rest inside you won't see. I actually started on this to put the cotton on for the elevator controls. Still got to paint the top, and then there's clear parts that fit on here, which I normally do leave off until the last of it. Same on here. Now on the sprue, they actually give you 3 propellers, and I'm not sure why, because the only one you use is this one. So if anybody knows why they give this one has a bit more pitch on the blade, and a 4-bladed, I'm not sure why, but it does show on here, of course, that you only use this one, and these parts that are blanked off you don't use. There's a few decals that go on the instruments. So I think you probably, once the covers on there, again, you don't see much. But then I think it's knowing that, you know, you did put them on and they are there. It was a nice Decals sheet, and they did actually go on very nicely, even the small ones to the larger ones. With this, I found in a lot, the actually red centre you put on after. I don't know if that's because it was easier to print it this way, or, you know, why they did that. There's quite a few clear parts. These like triangle pieces, they're the pieces that fit onto the wings. There is 2 windscreens. So one's sort of flat on top and one's curved. So I'm not sure which one actually went on or which one to use. On the actual box art of the picture, it looks like the flat one is being used, so I might look that up and see which one it actually was. With the engine, which I've made, it says you don't use these parts. So again, I don't know what that is, what they mean about them parts. Almost looks identical to the other ones that I did use. The only bit of filler I've had to use, which wasn't much, was on top and underneath. So it has gone together well. Even this fitted in very good. The wings. Because the other thing I have done, which I haven't normally done on other ones, I have painted the bottom of the wings, especially this one, as it will go on. It's the top wing, and it's a bit harder then to paint this after it's completed. So this is the only one that I'm actually painting before I assemble some of it. So there it is so far. Actually, for a Revell kit, I find that it's gone together very well so far. I've had other Revell kits and the fitting hasn't been too good. This one so far is good. They actually give you a diagram where all the wires go on, which I found very helpful. Looks like these ones are double, so, and then the single ones, and then a bit thinner for the ailerons. So I use nylon thread for that. Well, thank you for watching, and I shall get on with it and hopefully have it completed soon. Thank you.